አማራን ለይቶ መግደል ምን ማለት ነው? አማራ ሲገደል ጸጥ ብሎ ማየት ምን ማለት ነው?
The Russian Tu-95 bomber plane that only sounds terrifying. Ukraine has announced that a large missile and bomber carrier has begun firing missiles into its territory. Tu-95, which has been in service since 1956, can travel more than 13,000 kilometers without landing. The killer nuclear bomber describes the Russian Tu-95 bomber. Ukraine also said that this plane took off from Southwestern Russia's Eagles Air Command and started its journey to my territory this morning. Kiev, who ordered her anti-aircraft system to be on high alert, said that the missiles launched from the bomber would reach her airspace within hours. Why is the Tu-95 warplane so scary? The giant strategic nuclear bomber has 4 engines and can carry and launch cruise missiles and destructive bombs. According to aviation experts, the Tu-95 is the most successful bomber of the Soviet Union. The American newspaper The National Interest has read that it is a pioneer and model among modern turbine-powered airplanes. The Tu-95 was designed by Tupolev in the early 1950s and has been in service since 1956. Currently, the Russian Air Force uses this huge bomber for various critical missions. The Russian Tu-95 bomber was designed by a group of German engineers led by Austrian aviation researcher Ferdinand Brandner. The experts who made the 12,000 horsepower turbine engines of the plane were Germans who were imprisoned in Russia. The Tu-95's 4 turbine engines give it a longer range than a jet engine, and it is said to be able to fly more than 13,000 kilometers without landing. Not only does the giant bomber carry weapons, but its sound is terrifying. Even experts in submarines can hear it flying in the sky. It is remembered that Tu-95 was used when Russia began to attack the ISIS terrorist group in Syria in the fall of 2015. It is reported that the Ministry of Defense of Russia plans to keep this terrorist in the sky in service until 2040. How many Tu-95 planes does Russia have? What about American competition? Russia reportedly has 55 Tu-95 bombers. According to the National Interest newspaper, this aircraft competes with the American B-52 bomber. Cold War missions, payloads, and long years of service make the bombers of the 2 superpowers similar. America has 72 B-52 aircraft capable of dropping nuclear bombs.
Don't think that this happened overnight. Tens of thousands of Amharic people have been killed, and even worse, we have lost the faces of our struggle. Yes, freedom does not come without struggle, and struggle does not come without sacrifice. As long as we don't end our struggle with victory, the sacrifices of yesterday are still there today and will continue tomorrow. However, now our struggle has gone through thousands of challenges and won millions of victories. New generation. New thinking. New hope. Evil to none, goodness to all. Victory for Amhara people. Justice for Amhara people. Freedom for Amhara people.